Hello and welcome to Redmen TV. It's Monday morning. Here is your Liverpool news. I'm still buzzing off the weekend and the Merseyside derby, of course. And I'll be perfectly honest, I kind of wouldn't mind sitting here and doing an hour just talking about how hilarious it was that Everton got the hopes up for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then we slapped them back down again. But that's not my job, not on this show. That show is the Final Word show, and that's coming up later today on the redmentv.com. If you want 60 minutes of me, Chris, Steve and me dad talking about the Merseyside derby, it's there for you. I would highly recommend going to watch it. Anyway, news today. Injury news is the biggest thing, of course, off the back of the weekend, looking ahead to Bournemouth in midweek, and one little piece of transfer news as well, which we'll get onto a little bit later on. Start off with Lallana and Julian Henderson apparently have flown over to the States. Apparently they're in Miami, and when we were talking about this in the office earlier, we were going, oh, well, it means specialists, you know, that people go to America. You hear Henderson's flown to America, you go, they've got those good doctors over there, haven't they? Specialists in feet and knees. And all kinds. Now, quote from the article, which is buried really far down on the Echo. No suggestion that any medical treatment or visits are planned, more a change of scenery. So essentially, what we've done there is we found out that Adam Lallana and Jordan Henderson, who are best mates, have just fucked off to Miami for a little bit of a holiday. Good work if you can get it, boys. Good work if you can get it. As we've said around the office, potentially better strip clubs than Bournemouth, which is where they normally go. Anyway, the big piece of genuine injury news, of course, is that Sadio Mane was forced to be withdrawn from the Merseyside derby. It looked bad, didn't it? I'll be perfectly honest. I remember seeing it at the time and thinking, that's like a season ender. You could end the year with that, the way he gets his legs stuck under him and it kind of bends over. I did fear the worst, and he looked very, very distraught. Apparently, he walked out of Anfield, which is good, and told journalists, I'm okay in the mix zone, but he's almost certainly going to miss Bournemouth, and then obviously it's fingers crossed to get him fit and ready for the rest of the campaign. Interesting that Jurgen Klopp's actually spoken about him and said, essentially, you know, the reason he's not 100% happy right now is because, of course, of the Sadio Mane thing. And what he said is we don't have a direct one-for-one replacement, which I think we knew already. But what he does do is name drop Ben Woodburn and Trent Alexander-Arnold in that as well, you know, which might give you a little bit of insight into his thinking on that. Funny that, once again, no mention of Shea Ojo at all, which is a very interesting one. I do start to wonder what's the deal with his Liverpool career, and will it be next season, if at all, when we see him back for the senior team. If you know anything more, if you've got any thoughts on the Shea Ojo situation, please do let me know in the comments below. I for one, I think it would be very interesting to see. I think give Trent another go. I thought, although he wasn't amazing when he came on, he was brilliant. I thought it was a really, really bright performance. He got involved. Some of the runs he was making, if he'd received more of the ball, I think he would have had more of an impact. And you know, there was a lad he was desperate to get into the box, and I think that sometimes we have guys who, when you think about Roberto Firmino, he's never desperate to get in the box. He likes doing his bits and pieces work in and around, outside the 18-yard box. You need guys who want to go in and who take up that vacated space. I really like Trent's attitude if I'm perfectly honest. So I wouldn't be upset to see that. And similarly, Ben Woodburn, although I think I get the impression that you get more from him cutting inside. But yeah, definitely, as ever, thoughts on those in the comments. Piece of transfer news then. I say transfer news. It was being reported over the weekend that Julian Brandt to Bayern Munich was a done deal, which, coming off the back of the Mahmoud Dahoud stuff, and you know, they obviously got everyone up in arms because it was an international break. That was a bit of an annoyance, because then it leads into these obvious things of why make it public? Why make these things public? Because nothing good can come of them. Because unless you go and secure those targets, it makes you look weak. And ultimately, in some instances, how you look's kind of irrelevant, because the proof of the pudding's in the eating, as they say. And you know, I think a lot of people will have looked at Liverpool's transfer policy last summer, and I think a lot of people looked at Sadio Mane and went, why buy him? Goetz's what it's all about. Well, look, vindication. Sadio Mane's boss, and Goetz's just been crap, and he's clearly not, you know, he may never be a top level footballer again. So I still don't know what's up with his fitness and his digestive issues or something. But it's the thing about it, is that what it does, though, it does create little seeds of doubt, because when you say these are your targets and you don't get them, people, even whether you've changed your mind, because you look perfectly, we all change our minds, but we forget sometimes. We all like things and we all change our mind on things on an almost daily basis. So it exists within the realms of possibility that the club might go, actually, you know what, we've seen something else, or we've played a few more games of football, and you know what, we've decided that there's another attribute that's more important to us, and this guy doesn't have it. So yeah, you can move on, but this is the thing, we're never privy to that information. So all that lingers in the mind is, we said these are the guys we want. You know, the Echo have talked about it, the Northwest journalists have talked about it, and then these guys go and sign for other clubs. Nothing you can do sometimes when it comes to like the likes of Bayern Munich and what have you, but you know, this is a God Liverpool make for their own back by making this ball. But on some good news, at least in the short term on this, Julian Brandt's dad was talking to Kicker and said it is fake news that Julian has agreed terms with Bayern. So, you know, we'll have to see. I think what he goes on to say as well is that he's kind of not interested in discussing moves. He's happy at Bayer Leverkusen, and it exists again there that he might actually stay another season. I think that might be a mistake. I think he's age-wise, he's primed to get a bigger move. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. We're going to be doing loads more news this week on the Reds News Roundup. We're going to be filming that earlier this week. We've been filming that Wednesday evenings because of the match. We'll be filming that a little bit earlier on a Wednesday in and around that time, so stay tuned for that on the website. If you want more of me, you can. I've got my own channel now, Mates TV. Yeah, it's a thing. I did a video on my match day experience for the Merseyside derby. If you've not watched that yet, I'll put that on the screen right here. I say aye. Thanks, Tom. And the icon there. Click subscribe to Mates TV. Watch that video. It'll make me very happy. The more subscribers I can get, the better, because that's a thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. More news tomorrow. Some great shows coming up on the redmentv.com. If you're not a subscriber, go and subscribe. It's free for the first month.